All right, let's talk about Upexi's latest quarter, because this was way more than just an earnings report. This was the debut of a completely new company, a massive strategic pivot that changes everything.
So here's the big question, the puzzle we need to solve today. How on earth does a company smash revenue expectations by over 100%, only to have its stock get absolutely hammered, dropping 23% in just a week? Something's not adding up, and the market is telling us the real story is hiding beneath that headline number.
So, let's get right into the numbers. Because on the surface, you see one thing, but when you dig in, you see a totally different and frankly, a very conflicting story.
Okay, look at this. The disconnect is right here in black and white. Revenue, $9.2 million. That's a solid beat over the $7.3 million consensus. Great start, right? But then you look at the bottom line, the non-GAAP EPS, which is what the street really cares about for judging a company's health, and it's a disaster. A loss of 12 cents per share when they were only expecting a loss of a penny. That is a huge miss, and it's our first big clue that something is up.
That 109% growth number, it looks amazing, right? But you have to ask, where did it actually come from? Well, only about $3.2 million was from their old consumer brands business. The other $6.1 million, that was brand new revenue from staking crypto. We're talking about a totally different business here.
And this is what has the market spooked. Even with all that new revenue pouring in, the company's operating losses got way bigger than anyone expected. It tells you that right now, the costs of this new strategy are just crushing any of the benefits on the profit line.
Now, you might have seen the positive GAAP number of $1.21 and thought, hey, wait a minute, they made a profit. But nope. It's super important to understand that this wasn't real cash from running the business. It was a paper gain, a mark-to-market accounting entry based on the rising price of the Solana they own. It's not real profit.
So, all of this confusion, the revenue beat, the earnings miss, the paper profits, it all comes down to one massive thing. Upexi has completely changed who they are. Forget the old Amazon aggregator. That company is gone.
And they are not being shy about it. Management came right out on the call and said they are now a Solana-focused digital asset treasury company. I mean, you can't be any clearer than that. They are betting the entire farm on a single crypto asset.
So what does this new company actually do? Well, the easiest way to think about it is they're copying the MicroStrategy playbook, but with a really important twist. MicroStrategy just buys and holds Bitcoin. Upexi is buying Solana, but they're actively using it, staking it, to generate a real high-margin revenue stream. They want to be a bet on Solana, but one that actually spits out cash.
And their game plan is actually pretty simple. You can think of it like a three-step engine. Step 1, raise cash. They just got $300 million from investors. Step 2, use that cash to buy Solana. They're up to over 2 million tokens now. And step 3, put those tokens to work by staking them to earn that yield. That's the new business.
And is this engine working? You bet. Management guided that right now their staking is generating over $75,000 a day. And they pointed out that the next quarter will be the first full one with their entire stash working, so that number could get even bigger.
To back up this huge pivot, they're making some smart moves. They announced a $50 million buyback, which signals confidence. They brought in some crypto heavy hitters, like Arthur Hayes for an advisory board. And they keep talking about discipline, capping their leverage and using professional custodians. They really want the market to see them as a serious institutional-grade player.
So, you've got this bold new strategy. How's Wall Street taking it? Well, the signals are all over the place. It's a mix of real excitement and some serious anxiety.
I mean, just look at this roller coaster of a week. The stock's sitting at 321 before the call, the news hits, the market kind of likes it, and it pops to 338, but that feeling did not last. Just a few days later, it completely cratered, wiping out all the gains and then some, all the way down to 260.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The way the stock is trading tells you that nobody cares about the old business anymore. It's a footnote. Upexi is now just a leveraged bet on the daily price swings of Solana. Period.
But here's the real kicker. Look at this chart. Over the last month, UPXI is down a staggering 46%. At the same time, the S&P 500 was up, and a crypto stock ETF was way up. So even though Upexi is a direct play on crypto, it is getting absolutely crushed compared to everything else. That screams investor uncertainty.
Okay, so with all that as the backdrop, it's time for our verdict.
what do we think happens next? Let's break down our rating, our outlook, and even a potential trade idea.
So first up, the rating. We're calling this a market perform. And just so we're clear, that means we think the stock is probably going to track the rest of the market over the next year. Why? Because the potential reward and the potential risk feel perfectly balanced right now.
So there it is. The next call on Upexi is market perform. The upside is huge, but so is the downside. It's a stalemate.
It's really a perfect tug of war. The bulls will tell you this is a smart, leveraged way to play Solana that also generates cash, but the bears will fire right back that you're betting on a single volatile asset and the stock has a terrible track record. Both sides have a really strong point.
So if it's such a toss-up, is there a smart way to actually play it? We think there might be. And that brings us to our trade idea, a volatility arbitrage pairs trade.
Here's the setup. You go long Upexi because you see it as the best-in-class, most disciplined way to get Solana exposure. But at the same time, you short a basket of other, lower-quality stocks that are also tied to Solana, the ones that don't have that staking income or that disciplined strategy. The idea is to capture Solana's upside with Upexi while hedging yourself. If the crypto market tanks, those lower-quality stocks you're shorting could fall even harder than Upexi, cushioning your losses. It's a bet on quality.
And of course, we always have to end with this. This is not financial advice.